And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six. I think at the end of the last one, I did note that the amount of defense I need against raids is dependent upon our exposure, or the region's exposure to other territories, not controlled by us. So this is the one that needs it the most out of our rich territory, so I'm going to put more garrison here. I think the level 1 walls is enough, but we just need more garrison. See how that works out. Whereas the ones that don't have any borders, like this one here, in theory have perfect security because they have no exposure. I can actually take the walls off of this one. Get that labor. If I need more clay or stone, that's where we're going to get it from. But freeing that up will also increase their tax revenue in the short run. These ones have some exposure, but they got very minimal exposure. So the little bit of a garrison we've got there is plenty at this point. You've got pretty good exposure, but you're also worthless at the moment, so... And at the moment, actually close enough to our army to get some protection from the army from raiding. We got you under siege. That's where we left off last time. I am going to have to probably improve the guard power of our units on active duty. If I actually want to be properly tyrannical, because we're at the point where we're actually trying to enforce law and order is actually pissing people off more than it is improving loyalty, because of terrible guard power. Yeah, I need, like, get 100% guard power, which is 100% of the tyranny bonus to loyalty. I need 3,000 guard power, which is non-trivial amount of guard power. I do have guard posts for about 300 people. So I could just put more in guard duty. That would be one way to get more guard power. And or swap over to ones with some actual equipment. Let's do the swap to some equipment. Let's try that. Okay, looking at pretty good efficiency on our guard posts. I have a bunch of gutstone. I could technically improve them with gutstone. We're up to 600 guard power, which is a doubling or so. So now we're actually seeing some actual loyalty effects from that. Although still not very good loyalty effects from that, because we've only roughly doubled the guard power. Siege is continuing. Carpenter is building up here. Again, when this carpenter's done, I'm going to actually take the noble off carpentry. Put him back in governorship. And yeah, we can already see that now that the cutstone's being dragged over, it's doing a lot better job of catching up. Degradation complaint here was at 50%. It's now no longer complaining about degradation, although it's not fully maintained. Still some maintenance lag on that, but it's better than it was. We're at the point where I don't need to be so aggressive at importing tools because we've got all the positions upgraded. It should be helping with health, and it is. We're up to 3.6 multiplier on the physicians. Still could do with more health. We'd rather it be over 1 on the ratio. Anything about what I can do to improve health? Massage probably is actually bring it down. Guess I really need to move into bathhouses, which means I'm not gonna get a call coming in. Yeah, guess it's gonna have to be coal. Or I need to go into health tech. Or just more food. Food is maybe something I need to work on. What's our harvest prediction? We're expecting to be up 19k over the last season. Yeah. I think the improvements we did to farming should be productive. Yeah. So I got 1.2k more rain coming in. So I suppose I should be able to get over into bakeries, improve the bakeries. Or I just blindly do that. Let's see. Let me do math on this. So my bakeries, if they were fully employed, are consuming about 3k grain. We expect 51k. Calculator time. I'm gonna do some calculator time. And that's coming from what degree of productivity? 1.1 times 1.6. Okay. So really I care about how that's mathing in on the additive side, not the multiplier side, because I'm going to be adding to the additive. So I want to go from... because I basically want to turn the yearly production of grain into bread. So 30k divided by, we'll say 50k. So I need... other way around, 50k divided by 30k. So I need to increase productivity by about 66% over what it currently is. So I actually need a total modifier of about 2.6. Currently have about 1.6. So I can add about a whole +1 to work efficiency working in the bakery. So that's about... 5 would be 75, 6 levels would be 90. So basically 6 to 7 levels of baking here. Let's see how many we can afford. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess 5 is what we're doing for right now. That's close enough that I think we'll just roll with that. I'll have to get some more innovation at some point to improve that. I could use... oh, that's knowledge. I could use knowledge on embassies. Could pick up schools. Although that would be a pretty big paper consumption. Work safety for reducing accident rate would be terrible. And it's quite a bit to get down to medicine, although that's also tempting just because in some ways I don't really want to build bathhouses. I don't have the best of history with bathhouses. Other people I think have better work with bathhouses. Oh, bathhouses are also a decent way away as well. That's 110 knowledge. Yeah, it might legitimately be cheaper to get to get my health from medicine research down here. I'll think about it. That's, again, more knowledge, so that'd be building another library. Or getting the leather up to a level where I can turn the leather on in the library. So less grain, more bread. Yep, that finisher maker is operational. So let's turn the noble back. 700. Well, I suppose this guy's not very efficient, actually. But he's not making a big difference because it's +2 modifier for the first 50. No, actually, I do need that extra furniture, apparently. Because I want this filling up a bit. Okay. I guess we're going to swap you back. Governor, carpentry, I need some carpentry bonus. Okay. How's the siege going? Siege isn't quite done yet. And yeah, there we go. So with the expanded garrison, we have no exposure to raids, so I should stop having random raids coming in. Convenient. Although, conversely, it might be interesting to leave some of the territory vulnerable to raids so we can deal with raiders. Especially if we're doing a more tyrannical playthrough. That might be tempting. Okay, loyalty is almost perfect. Happiness isn't anymore, so at this point we're reliant on migration to keep, or on population growth to keep people growing. Although I suppose I could spend money to bring in captives to expand the slaves, and or to just free people to expand population. Which may be what I try to do in the short run to get up to 4.5k. I don't assume population growth is that fast. Oh, the other thing I could do if we improve furniture is I could start to actually put some benches out. Did I pick up the tech for statues? I haven't yet. I can also pick up the tech for statues and start doing some statues. Assume that siege is probably done. It is. Occupy. Want to wait for the devastation to go down until we move on to the next one. You're not at 300 yet. You're not at 300 yet. I probably have enough happiness here. I don't need to run the tavern. Although I might as well leave the tavern on. I suppose... How much stuff does my market system take up just for storage? About 6. Okay, so I'm probably not making enough animals yet to do distribution to the Talapias. So think about doing furniture distribution for Talapias. Although I do have enough fish, so let's let the markets take fish as well. And population-wise, we'll go all. And then access, I'll tell them they can distribute fish. Technically, the only people that get it is the Mivians, but I think I have enough fish that the Mivians can have it for furniture in addition to eating it. So yeah, I think the improvement in the bakery system is definitely providing us more food. It might even be translating a little bit more into more health. Maybe. So one of the new changes in the current patch is that food preferences being fulfilled gives a health bonus. 0.2, so it's not a particularly strong one. And then food servings, well, food servings always did. Oh, did they nerf the food servings? Food servings used to be up to 4, I think. They might have nerfed the food servings. That might be what's going on here. I thought the food servings used to be bigger. Yeah. Food preference has now got some on it. Food servings, I think, looks like got nerfed. There is a new source of unhealthiness, which is Werax exposure. You get that for basically being off-road. I suppose it's something we can try to do, is I can try to improve the road network. But in theory, reduce that exposure. Let's go look around. Where do we have people moving? That is off-road. That's a sort of a road corridor there. I left for a reason. So let's put some road down to you. Some road down to you. I'll probably follow the road if I put the road around like that, instead of taking the shortcut. Some road in there. Pave over. Well, I say pave over, it's a dirt road, but cover that area, cover that area. Obviously, I can't do anything about hitting the forested area. That's a dirt road already. Mostly heading along the dirt road. So heading along the existing roads here. The old road, I suppose, should probably be upgraded at some point. And that some point is going to be now. Bunch of labor that I probably don't really want to do there, but that'll help a little bit. There's maybe an argument to sort of pave this area over, although it's also an argument to slowly move out of that area if we can. I don't really got a good reason for them to go along that road, so I think that's mostly the traders coming in and out, and the army, of course. It's pretty good over there. Across the river. It's mostly traveling up and down the coastline once I get to the end of the town. Yeah, that should help a little bit with the health, because that should reduce the Werax exposure. This place where I can see where that is. I think that shows up in environment. Werax exposure. Gives us an explanation there. Beard Verax tick. Fortunately lives everywhere in 6, thriving in natural growth and moisture. Best avoided by staying indoors or working on roads. However, most outdoor work like farming will obviously involve some exposure. Rivers, lakes, and irrigation canals don't increase the risk due to the tick's tendency to drown in them. So fishing's not too bad, but obviously walking on unroaded areas to get to the locations is a thing. So the Canadians are actually apparently one of the more exposed. I think it depends on the road type as well. It might not. It might just be that these guys, the people who do sort of the agrarian work, are the most exposed. There goes the devastation. Devastation's pretty much cleared up. We know those guys have been expanding, so there's an argument to go for you first. Yeah, let's buy into that argument. And our existing trade relation with them is still into effect. Diplomacy. Can I get a trading relation with you? Don't quite have the money yet. What again? That's 100K, so that's a good trading partner. Maybe not trading as much. I'm not trading as much as I should be. But more diplomacy points. So let's get the trust up before that becomes a problem. You're fairly small. Can I negotiate a become colleagues deal? Yeah. And I gotta go up to 6 to sign an alliance. Isn't quite high enough. Although we do have the history of extortion, which should wind it down as we push forward. What sort of pool? I think I have the pools, right? Yeah, I have access to swimming pools. What sort of pools do humans like? The expensive one, of course. They're like actual pools. Yes. I've got some custom. Theory making 20 a day, so it's a slow boost. Get a small pool there, that'll make the humans a little bit happy. We're gonna get the irrigation canal over to there, so it's easy to do. What do the tilapia like for pools? Everyone likes a pool type. The question is which pool type. Medium cost one. Like a pond. So this is the Kryptonians. We'll give the Kryptonians a pond while thinking about it. What type of pond do the Kryptonians like? The medium price one as well. Okay. I suppose that's something to actually check. What is the duration on my farms near my existing canal system? You could do it a little bit more. It'll be a little bit tight to run it down there. Getting enough hydration. The pastures could do with quite a bit more. Okay. do some culverts. I suppose I should do some culverts. Let's turn the game speed down for this, because this is going to break the system as I'm doing it. Smart remove. I suppose I should have run it around the backside there, but yeah. Delete that bit. And that bit. Yeah, I'll leave that as a little bit of crossing the river there won't be too bad, because they've got to cross it. Oops. No. Don't delete. It's too late. Wall back in, please. Double the number of pumpers, because I'm going to have to pump quite a distance. Cal, culvert. Why are you... Doesn't look like... Oh, because I only just increased the water pressure. I don't know water pressure that far. That's what's going on. Gem Grove. The Shimmering Grove Estel was a secret to outsiders until recently. Large amounts of polished gems of all kinds are scattered on the grass of a certain meadow located in the most ancient forest of the region. Reportedly, the sighting is breathtaking. The locals are fiercely protective of it and sometimes even add to the collection. Each morning the gems can be found in new configuration. Allegedly, this is not done by the caretakers of the grove. Centuries of secrecy have now come to an end due to a drunken slip of the tongue. The outsiders are governing the poorly protected riches. Receive a letter penned by local notables imploring you to help protect the grove. Supposedly, they're not worried about the theft, but a curse. Desperate people have taken gems before, and they all met a grisly end within days. They're worried about what will happen if large amounts are taken at once. You could seize the treasure yourself or help them protect it. Well, I don't have storage for 8,000 gems. As much as my tyrannical mind says take the gems. We're gonna protect it. Protected Grove. The garrison quickly established a protective cordon around the grove. Camping within the ancient forest was less of an ordeal than anticipated, as larger predators seemed to avoid the area. One day, regional commanders found strewn across a section of forest, along with the remains of their tent. According to locals, that inevitably happens after taking from the grove. No one else tried their luck after this. The locals were grateful for their actions, and some petty, severe cases of tax fraud were anonymously reported to your administrators. So we get double taxes, presumably not permanently. For 16 days, we get double taxes. Okay. Oh, and now that I've got better access, you've got your hydration. That's good to see. You've got it. I need to get down here, so I need to run it down that path. Okay. Is he done? Possibly. Almost. That was Essel, so that's you. Double taxation from a place that's not actually providing roaming taxes. Fair enough. So it's a once-off source of gems at the moment. Don't need to play around with that too much. Might try to, at some point, turn this into the wood-producing location. This is better than my existing wood-producing location. But for the moment, I think we just want taxes, so we'll go up to the next level and we'll accept the extra taxes. Next level again, accept the extra taxes. Food, probably vegetables is the most tempting thing to bring in. A little more food variety wouldn't hurt anyone. There is, in theory, now a bonus for above average hydration. Or above average moisture. Although I think you only have to go like 10% above target, so I think it's for the pastures, I think it's only like 55% moisture the field needs to max out that bonus. Again, I'm not going to worry too much about maxing the bonus, I think. 94%. It's definitely an improvement there. I could run some down the quarter. I might think about that. Except for the last smidge there. Presumably, I'm gonna run it along. I want to jump the doorway. There we go, 100% there is nice. Probably get you up to 100%. The more of these I get up to 100%, the more productive the workers working on them. Which is useful here because that's my leather production for various industries. The meat's sort of a secondary byproduct, although I do appreciate the meat as well. There we go, we're up 100%. Probably not up high enough to get I don't know, 113%, so that's enough to get the max out the moisture bonus, I believe. Oh, it's gonna be a little bit higher than that. It shows up as 0.08 if you max it out, even though it's technically 0.075. You want a lot of moisture, okay. How do I want to get there? Run up the side and then jump. Or, yeah, that's gonna be the way I have to do it. Okay. I'm not gonna work on trying to get them all to the maximum moisture bonus, but at the 100%, so I'm technically not taking the penalty is what I'm aiming for. Where's the 100% now? It must have overshot more than I thought it did if I'm already getting the 1.06. Oh, am I out of pressure? I maxed the pressure on the system already. Bit of a shame if I have. Yeah, I've maxed the pressure out in the system already. That's easy enough to fix. Let's just put another pump in, but... Yeah, it's easy enough to fix. Let's just put another pump in. Yeah, we're gonna shrink it down a bit. Crazy Darien. Okay. 90k, bunch of food. We're gonna pause the running here. I'm gonna right click out because I want to know how big Crazy Darien is. 160 soldiers. One raid. Is that pending raids? I think it's pending raids. These guys, I think, have raided us before. Or posed to raid us before. So, yeah, probably want them... actually, 160 soldiers, I think we can handle the garrison of 1,000. I think we outnumber them enough. Let's be fair. I think we outnumber them enough. So we're going to tell them no. We're not paying up. We're gonna decline the offer. That's gonna mean there's consequences. Copy and paste my culvert. So culvert here. Ooh, that actually won't work. Need it there to go to there. Doing a culvert, I should overwrite you. Make you an actual canal. Don't do a culvert right next to a culvert. Do maximum range on them if possible. Again, that'll provide a little bit more pumping distance. And then on to you. How's your pool? Do with more pool. Pool is not big enough. Okay. How is your pool? Actually, your pool is not going to be enough because you've only got only the Southern Community has it. The Southern Community's probably got enough pool, but the North probably doesn't. And I think, what, half of them probably live up in the North, so... Actually, you apparently don't have enough, even given that. And then you have pool access, but it's one tiny little pool, which, yeah, 4%. It's better than nothing, but it's pretty close to nothing. Of course, it's cheap enough that it's not a concern one way or the other. And then you probably want to put pump here. Could actually technically have the Dendorians run the pump. Maybe it's the Kryptonians are going to be the ones operating it, or benefiting from their farms up here. Raid is on the way. Since we didn't pay our neighbors, they've now allowed free passage for Crazy Tyrant. Fair enough. I think the siege is done. It is. Up to 5.1. The extortion's going down, which should help us a little bit more. Again, we want to get them up to 6, so we can agree to an alliance. Either that, or we need to get rich enough that I can ask them to unite with us once and for all. Although that's in the millions, so that's a way off. Oh, interesting. They're planning on actually coming and raiding us. Okay. I can have the army ready to respond to them. Nice to see a human despot in the neighborhood. My name, Jared, Sevens of Starless. Welcome. Here's a housewarming gift. use it wisely. Domain of Elias. I suppose at this point I am rich enough to establish trade relations with some of these people. Okay, well that would be most of it. You are one of the bigger ones. What about you? Okay, so yeah, I can set up with you, so let's do that. Don't give them a random region. Sometimes when you hit barter, I wish the barter was just a little smarter. You have the money, give them the money, game. Yeah, close enough. Well, I guess I got humans trying to work in the wrong neighborhood. That's why it doesn't seem like I have enough housing. Like, I got plenty of housing. Just not where the humans want to live, because the humans want to live where they work. And they're trying to work in neighborhoods that they're not supposed to be in, is what's going on. Oh, I could use some moisture over on these as well. Should be getting these pumps running. Okay. And we went up to there. Something so should give improved moisture to you, which probably helps your hydration. Also opens up more space for some more plants. People to swim in. There we go. Spot on the border. Actions follows path to our capital. Yeah, he's not going to make it to the capital. Where's my army? Oh, army. There's somewhere. So that's the guy I'm trying to stop. Where'd my army get off to? There they are. Yeah, we can see from their army power, they weren't going to have any chance against the city garrison. They're not going to stand any chance against the professional troops either, but just the run numbers from the city garrison would have done them in. Oops, you never got the basic building. So we will take command. Melee with hammers, melee with hammers, melee with hammers, cavalry force, again with hammers. Form the good old-fashioned spear wall, and receive the enemy's charge. Our morale is high. We outnumber the enemy by 200 to 160. We have maxed spears, which means we have bonus for fighting in formation. Oh, near max spears. Apparently I need to expand our weapon production as well at some point. Their formation's a little wider than this, but their formation is also less deep. Here comes the first unit. Slamming in. Not necessarily concerned. If anything, it's going to come down to how effective their armor is. Live plate might be an issue. Not exactly liking the way we're taking casualties here. War Beast unit is definitely doing some good work on their side. Up a little bit, because there really isn't much tactics-wise going on here. Okay, one of the units are breaking. Okay, so it's the cavalry that's breaking. That's good to hear. Good to see. simply the act of having guys in the rear has caused another unit to break. So yeah, starting to swing heavily in our favor, although we did take a bunch of casualties for the field army. So it'll be a little while before the field army is ready for campaign again. There goes another one breaking. And the other one. There we go. So we lost 38 to defeat 160. The 160 was definitely, from an armor perspective, much better equipped than us. You can see the cav did work. 40 guys dealt 12 of our 38 losses in those charges. In fact, it looks like most of them were actually morale losses. The damage was probably from the shocked cavalry charge. The once mighty, crazy Tyrant lies dead at your feet, O mighty one. This will surely send a powerful message through all of 6. In addition, his personal treasury has been found and looted by men. Total of just short of 1,000,000 denarii has been found and transported to the treasury. And coincidentally, that's enough for me to go and improve, well, establish trade relations with all the people we don't have trade relations with. So, I want to have trade relations with you, trade relations with you. No, game, I do not want to give them territories. I am aggressive retainer of clay, let's just say. Over there, which will be a decent place for you to sit while you regenerate your forces. I got a decent number of hammers. Can I get one of the guys on patrol equipped with hammers? Can I swap you from spear to hammer, please? Make some use out of the hammers by getting them deployed. We can get our guys in the garrison running with shields to equip some of those, or the smallest unit in the garrison to be on patrol, I suppose. Equip some shields, get the shields being used. Adventure's coming up. Did I take the noble off, or did I leave the noble? The noble's on that. Yeah, I do need that furniture. Let's finish doing the marketplace upgrades, which is going to make us even more dependent on having that furniture. How's leather production looking? 66. So yeah, I do have enough to do leather in both libraries, so let's do that. And that's from the improvements on the moisture on the pastures. Only that one doesn't have max. That's actually going to be easy to fix. That's probably take us up to 100 there. That'll be good. Got the pumps on the other side, right? Yeah. I'll need some culverts on that side as well. Do want to do a little bit of road jumping to improve walkability of the town. For later on. And we need to get the hydration all the way down to here. I suppose actually it means I can culvert to jump one of the doors. Probably this one over here. Or no, we'll run it down the right side. Still probably want to culvert at some point, but like about the canals, say there, there, and then we culvert and jump. There, and then we can evaluate whether or not I need to. Oh, might as well at some point probably connect the two systems, but less sure I need to do that. And then the Midians just love water, so I think they just appreciate pool. Yeah, they appreciate pool. Anything that is not the muddy moat, they're happy. So we'll take the cheap pool. Yeah, they'd be appreciative of the more expensive one as well, but don't necessarily like the moat, but, well, the Prometheus are the only ones that like the moat. Everyone else wants pond or pool. The pond is cheap, so pond it is. Good old Amivians here. I suspect we're going to get a follow-up. We might get a follow-up event on Protected Grove here when it times out. Let the army stand there for 3 days before we go campaigning to the next location. I think there was more free down here that has been taken over by a neighbor, but it is what it is. We got 2 more we can expand to, and then I'll start spending our government points on making the places better. Other than going up to level 2, which is what we're doing most places. They hit 300. Because I think I have enough to do spend 10 government points in every of these new regions. How much past that I can go is up for debate. And depending on what I need to or what I think I should be importing from these, other than just raw tax paying, right? So, for example, doing vegetables, that'd be the one I do. If we're doing wood, it's here. Doing gems, it's here, although I don't need the gems yet. Yippee gems. Could do pastures out on the world map instead of doing people in the capital. What do you specialize in? Pastures mostly. Most places are going to be pastures, to be fair. I could get stone, clay. Oh, actually, mushrooms. Might do mushrooms in there. I have a shrine access problem. Oh, I suppose it might be that there was a change on how the conversion works. The conversion might not be as efficient as it used to be. So I'm trying to convert people to Thurianism, which is not, without the temple, is not actually happening very, very aggressively. Okay. Which means we have higher opposition than normal. Okay, so there's an argument then for getting to temple. Although, maybe that's an argument for not going a Thuri. Because the temples right now for a Thuri are real expensive. And most people are Thuri, so probably, yeah, it would be, for the extra conversion, probably want to go Thuri. Or go temple, but Thuri temples, as you can see, cost a little ore to work. Which makes them very expensive, and jewelry. Whereas I could just cheap out and give up on being a Thuri and go Krantor and go for the nice cheap temple of Krantors. You got your moisture, you got your moisture, you got your moisture. Okay. Should help out on those locations. And the extra moisture is probably making the Avians quite happy. And not enough to be migrating them in yet. Yeah, see how the pool handles. I might need to do bigger pools. Let's see. I gotta decide what pool or what industry I want to expand slash. I'm gonna improve fulfillment in the city so we can get growth going again. Well, migration going again. I got decent loyalty across the board. That's good, but not enough necessarily to get migration coming in. Of course, happiness being low is meaning that we're getting more and more actual enforcement, which notably do get more slaves. Slavery is up to 44. So this is a one-off. I could actually free, although I think that's a submission bonus freeing them. Yeah, temporary boost to submission. Not necessarily what I'm looking for, although We're probably taking a malice, yeah, slight malice to having some slave portion of the population. So that would technically give us a little bit of fulfillment, although not very effective. Like more nature, like more torch. Well, even the humans like more nature. They don't need much nature. Nature, nature. You want sculpture. You want the torches to go away. You'd like more torches. Torches actually have an upgrade, so half the missing effect there is not having it upgraded. Sculptures. You would like nature. Trying to. In fact, that was the market I'm going to upgrade next. Okay. Continue working our way through the markets. We're getting almost into the markets. Wait, I can definitely think about getting some nature in here. Oh, I did get attribute that knowledge. Not a much smaller effect than I was expecting. We're having delivery issues. Yeah, that was a smaller effect. Although we haven't hit target yet. We're still 20, 30-ish points below target. So it's still rising. I should be expecting like another 30 coming in. But yeah, it was a smaller effect than I was expecting. Unlock fabrics and cloth. Not quite enough to get down to medicine research. And then I think I want to pick up pillars. Even though pillars are, I think, are tech, I think is still called pillars, yeah. It unlocks sculptures. The field army is ready to go. I think if I assign the field army to go over here, it's going to be able to just begin the siege. We'll probably bring this part to a close once we got that siege started. So, the realm is expanding. We're already up 4 regions. Next part we'll probably see us take another 2 regions. Diplomacy with you is improving. We want to get you up to 6. So I'm trying to negotiate. Oh, we're gonna have 1 battle here. I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Oh, Twitch chat saying hello. This part of town looks pretty. Yeah, we got a bunch of pretty areas in the town. I probably try to figure out which area you're talking about, but I'm a little slow at responding to the Twitch chat here. I'm gonna leave this part on a cliffhanger. We're gonna have the battle here because apparently the garrison is sallying to defend their region and not just their city from our army. No concerns here. I think we'll be able to defeat them in a field battle fairly easy. We're outnumbered 8 by 8, but the equipment on the garrison is going to be pretty terrible here. That's my suspicion. It should basically be basic equipped guys. Yeah, we'll start up the next episode with this battle, which means this will be a very quick siege and take, because we'll beat them in the field battle and the siege will be quick as a side effect. But yeah, I think the run is going well. We're getting more guard power, which means we actually get more loyalty from tyranny. We don't have enough guard power yet that I want to be really tyrannical. That's what we're trying to work towards. So until next time, if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have the next part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, this is the middle of the stream where I go make a new cup of tea. But yeah, the stream will continue after the cup of tea is brewed. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.